Many ambassadors have asked me, how do you do the fundraising proposal to a prospective mission-inclined donor? How would you do it? As someone who has been participating in raising resources for CLI for all these years, what are some of those areas that you think are very important? So today I want to talk about that. Now, the first thing I want to say is it's never about fundraising itself. I never talk to anybody with this idea, how much can I get for ministry from them? Or what will they give? That truly is the last thing on my mind. What I'm interested in is connecting this free ministry training opportunity with their dream to impact the world. If their dream to impact the world has nothing to do with free ministry training, then I know that, hey, we just had a great conversation and I just learned what that person is interested in, and they may not be interested at all in Christian Leaders Institute. Now, sometimes somebody is not interested in what we're doing, but they like that it's efficient, so they'll share a little bit of mission support with us. But at the end of the day, I understand that if someone is not interested in what we do, in the end of the day, don't get frustrated. There will be many, many no's. Many people will, maybe they don't have the budget of mission giving right now in their thinking to support you, even if they like you. Some people will like what you're doing, but they are committed to other places. Some people won't like this because they're interested in supporting brick and mortar colleges. So understand that when you talk with someone, you're trying to find out what is their dream in changing the world. So before you begin actually talking about the plan, here's just a couple of things to keep in mind. First of all, talk about your mutual love for ministry, how you've noticed that they have a passion for ministry. That is why you're talking to them. And let them know you have the same passion. And be specific. Most of you are students, graduates at Christian Leaders Institute, and what you want to share is your own testimony briefly. Be very careful not to dominate the conversation. Be very careful to just share some of those essence points of how you love the ministry training that you're getting here. So step one, the actual plan. Well, there's a question to ask the prospective partner, and ask it this way. Can I ask you a personal question about ministry? What is your ministry dream? Now, many will have a vague dream of reaching people for Christ, helping people in need. Some have a specific dream related to family, marriage, helping the poor, social justice, addictions, job training, evangelism. So you listen to them and listen to their history of what they've supported in the past, because their dream is their dream. They may even state that their dream is to someday do some ministry training. You have 3 more questions then. First is to start with, my guess is that you support Kingdom Ministries. Why do you think some Christians do not support Kingdom Ministries? Now, this is a vague question, but it allows that prospective partner to share some of their passions, even their frustrations, and that's okay. You want to get to know their journey, even those negative things in their mission supporting journey. Secondly, do you mind if I ask you what kind of ministries you tend to support? And again, let them share, and you're going to get great insight into whether or not Christian Leaders Institute is a fit with their passions. Question number 3. If you were to think about supporting a new ministry, what would you look for in that ministry? Would you look for things like social justice? These would actually be things they might talk about. They might talk about bang for the buck. They may talk about world impact. They may talk about making a difference. They may talk about a trusted ministry. They might talk about outreach. Let them talk about what they look for in that new ministry they would support. Remember, most people don't know that much about Christian Leaders Institute, and it really would be a new ministry for them. Many people may look at Christian Leaders Institute as sort of the new kid on the block. They're used to supporting brick and mortar colleges or seminaries, and here comes this online option, and maybe they don't know that much about the internet yet. So you want to sort of find out what their passions are, and if there's an interest or a perk of interest in supporting Christian Leaders Institute. Next, now that you can present CLI in the light of the answers to all the questions you just asked. So they've had their sharing, you know sort of where they're at, and now you can sort of take what they've said and then accent and highlight some of the things that Christian Leaders Institute does to connect to their mission, vision, dream for impact. Maybe it's social justice, and you can highlight the fact that CLI believes education is the best way to level the playing field in the world. The social justice angle goes this way: 93% of the world does not have access to higher level education, and CLI provides that opportunity. Maybe it's bang for the buck, and seminary costs on average about $10,000 in tuition, then plus books. There's also the cost of time, people leaving where they live, versus the CLI cost. All the materials are downloaded, the classes are free, and you stay right where you are. Maybe it's world impact, that the internet goes all over the world, and right now we have graduates in 150 countries. And there's even a website that you can go to if you have a computer handy called christianleadersinstitute.org/global impact. And maybe you can share that while you're with that prospective partner. Maybe it's about making a difference. Every leader trained impacts at least 10 more lives. That's powerful stuff. You train a leader, you can start a movement. And it's also a trusted ministry, and many donors are interested in, have people been supporting this? And in just an example, Rich DeVos, a longtime Christian supporter of ministries such as Focus on the Family and other great ministries in the United States, is a founding board member to Christian Leaders Institute and is still on the legacy board. Step 4, mention to them that, hey, I have 2 requests for you today. First of all, talk to their own potential ministry training dream. Have you ever considered getting some ministry training in the area of your ministry dream? Let them talk. See what they have to say. But then ask the other question. Would you consider supporting Christian Leaders Institute as it tries to train local leaders all over the world? Now again, this should be framed in the language of their own ministry dream. If they say, yes, I would like to support Christian Leaders Institute, you can give them some options. One is a one-time gift to CLI. And again, you can talk about this. Maybe they want to give at the end of the year. Maybe they want to do right now. Whatever that is, it's a one-time gift. It could be a monthly gift. Either a one-time gift or a monthly gift are 2 options that many people want to share. Many times a one-time gift may not be with a credit card. It might be in a check form. The monthly gifts are often done with a credit card. Another option you may share with them is, hey, let's go back to this idea that maybe you want to get ministry training. Share the website. And maybe they're self-starters, self-discipline, and they just want to take some classes. But maybe they want to get into a group and would like to sign up for a Mentor Center subscription, because they need support and encouragement of others. And they would enjoy the networking and the connections of a mentor center. What's neat about this, if they actually take classes and they get into the culture of free ministry training, even as a supporter, they're going to get all the more excited about what God is doing through Christian Leaders Institute. And again, let them know about the costs of a mentor center. It's like a gym membership. $35 for once a month, twice a month, $50, $60 for 3 times a month, and of course $10 for the first month. Also, let them know that if they do invest in Christian Leaders Institute as a mission cause, if they give in a year $500 or more, the Mentor Center participation is free. You're just pleased that you can help them grow in their ministry dream as well as connect them to a mission that they can support. So I just want to reiterate one thing. When you do this plan, always remember it's not about manipulation. It's not about trying to get them to do something. At first, you might share this plan and it's a little awkward and you're going to follow the script so carefully and it will maybe even look a little canned. Maybe you want to get to someone who you know and trust long term and say, hey, I'm practicing this plan. Help me make sure that I'm not coming off manipulative, and a friend will tell you. This is really about connecting people to their dreams, whether it's learning more about ministry training for themselves or whether it's supporting this exciting work of reaching people throughout the world with high quality ministry training.